Older women, this is for you, and it's important. In today's world, relationships can be confusing, and not everyone who walks into your life is coming with good intentions. If you've ever wondered whether a man's words truly match his intentions, you're not alone. Many women, especially those in their 40s, 50s, and beyond, are finding themselves being pursued not for love, but for what they can offer. Whether it's financial stability, emotional support, or a sense of security, some men see older women as opportunities, not as partners. And while that might be difficult to hear, it's something we need to talk about. Not later, not someday, right now. Let's start with a truth that many shy away from. Being used doesn't always look like a dramatic betrayal. It doesn't always involve clear signs like stolen money or blatant cheating. More often it starts small. It starts with a few words, a soft tone, maybe even a compliment that feels a little too perfect. That's because users don't come in swinging, they come in smooth. They come in with gentle phrases that lower your guard, make you feel seen, understood, even cherished. But underneath those words, manipulation, a plan, an agenda. Research from the Journal of Elder Abuse and Neglect reveals a troubling reality. Over 37% of reported emotional exploitation cases involve women over 40, and many of those women are targeted by romantic partners who pretend to love them. Let that sink in. We're not talking about strangers on the street or casual acquaintances. We're talking about people who claim to care, who pretended to offer affection, connection, and support. But beneath the surface, they were simply using these women to get something: money, housing, emotional reassurance, without ever intending to offer something real in return. Now here's what you need to understand. This doesn't happen because older women are weak. In fact, it happens because you're strong. Many women in their 40s and beyond are emotionally intelligent. They've lived, loved, lost, and learned. They know how to show up in a relationship with maturity and grace. Many are also financially independent, having built careers or raised families. They crave meaningful, stable, drama-free love, not games. And unfortunately, those beautiful, valuable qualities, the wrong man sees them as vulnerabilities. He sees your strength and thinks, she can carry me. He sees your compassion and thinks, why, she'll forgive me. He sees your success and thinks, and she can fund me. That's the twisted psychology behind being used, and that's why you need to learn the signs. When a man uses you, the damage runs deep. It's not just about losing money, time, or resources. It's about losing trust in others and in yourself. It's about questioning your judgment, feeling foolish for having believed someone who turned out to be dishonest. It's about replaying conversations in your head, wondering, how did I miss the signs? And the hardest part? By the time many women realize what's happening, the emotional toll has already set in. The betrayal isn't just external, it becomes internal. You start to doubt your ability to ever love again without fear. According to a 2021 survey published in Psychology Today, over 50% of women who admitted to being used in relationships said they had ignored early warning signs because they wanted to believe in the good. They didn't miss the red flags. They explained them away, hoping things would change. And that's why today's conversation is vital. Because knowledge is power. If you can recognize the language of a manipulator early on, you can walk away before the damage is done. Before your heart is too invested. Before you've shared too much, sacrificed too much, or given too much of yourself to someone who only came to take. So let's dive in. These are 6 subtle, sneaky things men say when they're using older women, and what they actually mean. This isn't about paranoia, it's about awareness. Let's break them down one by one. 1. You're different from women my age. On the surface, this phrase sounds like a compliment. He's comparing you favorably to younger women, your supposed competition, and placing you above them. He might say you're more mature, more elegant, more grounded. And hey, maybe you are, but pause for a moment. This isn't necessarily about you, it's about control. Flattery can be a form of manipulation when it's used to isolate you from others and rush emotional intimacy. Think about it. When someone says, you're not like other women, they're setting you apart. Not in a healthy way, but in a way that makes you feel like you're the exception to the rule. And when you feel like an exception, you start to believe this connection is rare, unique, even magical. That's how emotional grooming begins. According to relationship expert, Dr. Wendy Walsh, flattering comparisons are a common tactic used by manipulators to create emotional dependency quickly. They use words to build a false sense of intimacy, hoping you'll become emotionally invested before you've had time to properly assess their character. The real question isn't what he's saying, it's what he's doing. Does he consistently treat you with respect? Does he show up in your life in meaningful, reliable ways? Or are the compliments just a distraction from the lack of real action? Always remember, words without consistent behavior mean nothing. Don't let flattery fool you. I just need a little help right now, it's temporary. This is one of the most dangerous lines in the book because it plays directly into your compassion. And if you're an older woman who's raised children, supported a family, or mentored others, you likely have a deeply rooted instinct to nurture and help. And that's beautiful. But it can be exploited. When a man asks for help early in a relationship, especially financial help, you need to slow down. Sure, everyone hits hard times, but emotionally healthy people don't expect new partners to become their rescue team. They seek solutions for their own problems and work to become stable before forming long-term commitments. If a man is asking you for money, a place to stay, or a car loan within the first few months of knowing him, consider that a major red flag. A 2020 study by Forbes Women found that financial exploitation in romantic relationships is most common when emotional bonds are formed quickly, often in less than 6 months. This kind of fast-track dependency isn't love, it's strategy. It's manipulation dressed up as vulnerability. Here's the key. Support someone because they've earned your trust over time, not because they made you feel guilty or special. Set firm financial boundaries and stick to them. If he respects you, he won't push past those boundaries. If he doesn't, that tells you everything you need to know. 3. You're so mature. You understand my struggles better than other women. At first glance, this might feel like praise. He's telling you that your emotional intelligence is refreshing, that you get him in ways others don't, that finally someone understands him. But here's the trick. This phrase often sets the stage for justifying bad behavior. Manipulative partners love emotionally mature women, not because they want to grow alongside them, but because they expect to be excused. When a man says you understand him better than anyone, what he may really mean is, you're less likely to hold me accountable. It's a subtle guilt trip. The moment you get upset about something he did or didn't do, he'll throw this line back at you. I thought you understood me. I thought you were different. According to clinical psychologist Dr. Ramani Durvasula, toxic partners frequently use emotional flattery to escape accountability. They paint themselves as complicated or misunderstood to dodge criticism or consequences. Over time, this can erode your standards and convince you that accepting mistreatment is part of being emotionally supportive. But here's the truth. Love doesn't mean excusing immaturity, irresponsibility, or infidelity. You can be compassionate without becoming a doormat. You can empathize without enabling. True love invites growth. Manipulation invites chaos. Don't confuse the two.